Well, if you're tired of her, sorry, because Sydney Sweeney continues making headlines, but this time not for her American Eagle ad.
Let's go to the US and revisit this Sydney Sweeney has got great genes advertising controversy.
Sydney Sweeney isn't just dominating Hollywood screens, she's making headlines courtside, in fashion, and even around football culture. From the Knicks versus Nets clash in Brooklyn to viral moments tied to sports stars, her presence has been impossible to ignore. But what exactly made these appearances so unforgettable? The Tyler Harrow rumor. In mid-December 2024, an unusual story popped up on social media. An ex-user with the handle @HeatCulture13 posted that Sydney Sweeney had declared Miami Heat guard Tyler Harrow as her favorite NBA player. The fake post even included a made-up quote where Sydney supposedly said, "I love watching him play." He has been the best guard in the East this season and definitely deserves to be in the All-Star game. To make the claim look more convincing, the post came with an AI-generated photo of Sydney in a Heat jersey. At first glance, it looked real convincing enough that fans immediately started debating whether the Anyone But You star was secretly a Heat fan. But as quickly as it spread, the truth came out. The photo was generated using xAI's Grok tool, and the interview itself never happened. Even the creator of the post later admitted it was a joke, saying they were just bored on an off day. Despite that clarification, the damage was done. The post had gone viral, and thousands believe Sydney really had a soft spot for Tyler Harrow. Sydney herself never addressed the rumor. But for Harrow, who was having a career-best season at the time, averaging 24.2 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 5.0 assists per game with the Heat, the association only boosted his buzz. By December 2024, he was shooting nearly 48.5% from the field and from three-point range, helping Miami secure a 13-10 record and 5th place in the Eastern Conference. So while Sydney didn't actually call him her favorite, the rumor tied her name to NBA conversations right at the height of Harrow's hot streak. Sydney Sweeney steals the show at the Knicks versus Nets game. Just a month later, Sydney wasn't just being talked about in fake NBA posts, she was actually at the game. On January 21st, 2025, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn was buzzing with the energy of the Knicks and the Nets battling it out. The Knicks eventually walked away with a 99-95 victory, but the real spotlight wasn't on the court. Cameras panned to Celebrity Row, and there sat Sydney Sweeney. The 28-year-old Euphoria and White Lotus star appeared courtside in a black leather biker jacket, flared jeans, and heels, flashing her trademark smile. At one point, she blew a kiss to the camera, a simple gesture that instantly went viral. The NBA's official X account shared the clip, and fans online reacted with a mix of humor and excitement. Some fans joked that they'd suddenly transform into Prime Curry if Sydney was watching them play. Others swore they'd drop 70 points just to impress her. Even former NFL player Chris Mano weighed in, saying, "Career highs will be set." The jokes kept rolling, and within hours, Sydney's courtside moment had overtaken the actual game in online conversation. The viral outfit. What really grabbed attention that night was Sydney's outfit. She wasn't in one of her glamorous red carpet gowns, but she wasn't dressed casually either. She wore a sequined white Celine tank top priced at $790 paired with $1,200 low-rise flared jeans. The look was topped with a $4,000 head-to-toe styling effort by celebrity stylist Molly Dixon. She completed the look with a $1,450 pair of Celine black leather-heeled boots and a $490 belt. Her blonde hair, styled in loose waves with a middle part, framed her face perfectly. The overall look was chic, but approachable, perfect for a New York basketball showdown. This wasn't just fashion, it was branding. Sydney has built strong connections with luxury houses like Celine, Miu Miu, and Armani Beauty. The cameras loved her, and the fans did too. But what really made the moment pop? The fact that she seemed both high fashion and relatable, enjoying the game while sharing a selfie with her young The Housemaid co-star Indiana L., who sat beside her in a Brooklyn varsity jacket. The almost wardrobe malfunction. While Sydney looked glamorous, part of the frenzy came from just how daring her outfit was. She wore her tank top low-cut, layered under her open leather jacket. At moments, fans pointed out that she appeared to nearly pop out of the top, flashing her bra and plenty of cleavage. The photos, picked up by tabloids like the Daily Mail, made their rounds online. Some reactions were over the top, with one fan bizarrely claiming Sydney looked 16, despite the actress being 27. Others called the coverage invasive, mocking tabloids for turning small moments into headline stories. But none of that stopped the viral wave. The combination of her star status, her fashion choices, and the fact that she was at one of the biggest basketball rivalries of the year made it impossible to ignore. From courtside to social media frenzy, Sydney's NBA appearance didn't just stay in the arena. The NBA's own social media spotlighted her, but so did thousands of fans. Screenshots, jokes, and clips were everywhere. Some fans even connected her to past courtside appearances by other stars. For instance, people referenced Eileen Gu's attendance at games, or when Olivia Rodrigo and Tate McRae were spotted courtside in Los Angeles. In that same Knicks vs. Nets game, Karl Anthony Towns delivered a dominant performance with 25 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists. But as many fans noted, the online buzz was less about his stats and more about Sydney's presence. That's the unique power of celebrity crossover with sports. It creates a cultural moment bigger than the game itself. Sydney and football. Sydney's name hasn't only been tied to basketball. Her popularity has also crossed into the world of football. In January 2025, just as her courtside photos were making waves, NFL star DeAndre Hopkins caught attention after interacting with one of Sydney's viral thirst trap moments online. It wasn't the first time her image stirred conversation in football circles. Athletes, fans, and even analysts often joke about how celebrities sitting courtside or in the stands can inspire peak performances. Sydney became the face of that joke, with people online saying players would post career highs just from her watching. Fashion beyond the court. Sydney's courtside look wasn't an isolated moment. Leading into and following the game, she had been photographed around New York City in high-fashion outfits. The day before the game, she was spotted in Manhattan wearing a full Chloe look, including a $2,890 herringbone jacket, a sheer ruffled top, and $1,090 wide-leg jeans. Just days earlier, she was seen in New Jersey filming The Housemaid, bundled up in a $13,900 Burberry corduroy trench coat while laughing and throwing snowballs with her fiancé, Jonathan Davino. Sydney's work beyond sports appearances. While much of the conversation has centered around her courtside look, Sydney has been busy in her career as well. She was filming The Housemaid in early 2025 alongside Indiana Elle, who joined her at the Knicks vs. Nets game. Elle even posted on Instagram about how surreal it was to have Sydney jokingly ask if she could babysit her. The post was captioned, "When I was little, I used to ask every famous young woman I was lucky enough to meet if they could babysit me. And then last night, my awesome and incredible co-star at Sydney_Sweeney asked if she could babysit me." Sydney and body image in the public eye. Sydney's courtside moment also highlighted the constant scrutiny she faces. For years, she has openly addressed the body-shaming comments she receives online. Even at the NBA game, where most people celebrated her look, a portion of comments veered into criticism. Despite the noise, Sydney continues to own her image. In 2023, during her second collaboration with Frankie's Bikinis, she posed in daring lingerie-style bikinis, paired with thigh highs, sparking another wave of viral attention. Speaking to Elle around that time, she explained her comfort in bikinis by saying, "I grew up on the water, always running around in a bikini. If I wasn't swimming in the lake or the ocean, I was skiing or attempting to surf." The intersection of sports, fashion, and celebrity. Sydney's January 2025 courtside appearance perfectly illustrates how celebrity culture and sports culture collide. A regular season basketball game between the Knicks and the Nets would usually be a headline in sports news, not mainstream entertainment. But Sydney's attendance flipped that script. Whether she's in a $13,900 Burberry trench coat, a $790 sequined Celine tank, or a Frankie's Bikinis collaboration, Sydney knows how to own the spotlight. And while the Knicks may have walked away with the win that night, the biggest winner in the cultural conversation was Sydney Sweeney. So what do you think? Do you think the hype overshadows the sports themselves? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories at the intersection of sports, fashion, and celebrity.